Hello, Aquarius. Just adjusting the camera slightly there. Okay. Okay. If you feel anything like I've been feeling, it's a lot. So basically, what happened is I completed Capricorn's reading. Was it yesterday or the day before? And it sent me on a huge wobble. I don't know if it was their energy or your energy or some kind of interplay between the two. But in their reading, they were having like this huge tower moment, this huge upheaval. Um, and then my energy went so strange. I just felt like I was going through it. And I found it really hard to deal with in sort of emotionally. And now, what's happening in your reading is that I feel like you are very, very sensitive right now. You're probably an empath, or you're going through an empathic period where when something happens to a friend or a family member or a loved one, you're really feeling those emotions as though they're your own. So you have to be really, really careful at the moment about what's going on with your energy field, because if you are around a lot of people who are going through a lot of turmoil, you're going to be picking up on that, I feel. Aquarius, you literally have this get grounded card, empaths, highly sensitives. So I feel like now it could be that you are the one experiencing some kind of big upheaval, some kind of big change. You can't resist it. You kind of you have to go with the flow. It's going to make it easier for you. It could be you, but because you've got things like observer and encouragement, my instinct is that you're acting in a support role to somebody else. So I feel like somebody around you, could be a Cappy, doesn't have to be, is going through this massive upheaval energy. Your reading kind of starts with this. So down here in this bottom corner, you have this change and wind card. It's like she's getting all tangled up with this change and she's kind of getting dragged along with it. There's nothing she can do to resist. She's going, she's like Dorothy on the way to Wizard of Oz, right? She's getting swept along by this. Some kind of feels again like somebody's had some kind of big tower moment. It just feels like upheaval energy, like a big change. It's very, very different. It's quite turbulent. It's stressful. So I actually saw this last night, kind of in the middle of the night. I have these like little visions, which sounds really silly when I say it out loud, but I do. And I literally could see, like, minus the girl, a very similar image to this. It was like this kind of like spiraling tornado, eye of the storm energy. And they were playing songs over it. Now, one of the songs was Your Song by Elton John, which is one of those songs that gets me in tears whenever I hear it. It's like, I don't know why it like hits me so hard, but they were playing Your Song by Elton John, and it's that one that goes, you can tell everybody that this is your song, if you didn't know which one that was. And the song that actually came through for Capricorn's reading, which was Sexed Up by Robbie Williams, which is a song about a big breakup. I've made my mind up. I'm trying to think of the bit that was stuck in my head. It's loose lips, sunk ships. I'm getting to grips with what you said. Now, there is something about secrets with this reading, with you having the moon energy and the platinum card up here, which does talk about keeping secrets. I feel like you could have kept someone's secret. I feel like somebody's kind of blurted something out here with this messenger of air, and it's caused this upheaval. So it's... I don't know. I can't quite figure out if it's you needing to ask for help and support and encouragement from other people, or you're in this kind of supportive role. I'm more reading that you're in the supportive role, but please flip it and reverse it as you need to. So I feel like what I feel like has happened is that somebody is going through a breakup because their partner let something slip, that they were not being loyal, is the way that I'm reading it. I think a secret's come out, is the way it feels. And it's complete turmoil. It's like that kind of like, where am I going to live? What happens with the kids? You know, it's a big scary change for somebody. I feel like it's I'm reading it from the side of Robbie, in that it's almost like the other person did something, I don't want to say wrong, because wrong is very subjective, but the other person, something was revealed about the other person in the relationship, and the other perspective, it's that person who's ending it. It's like, I just can't trust you anymore. Look, we need to sit down, we need to have a discussion. I'm walking away. But they're doing it, it's like they're doing the right thing, but it's a huge upheaval. It's like, because they're walking out on a relationship, possibly a marriage, possibly like a situation with children. It doesn't have to be that. This is me going really specific. Again, I can take it back out. It's not going to be everybody's situation. It's going to be somebody's situation, and the general energy is kind of like more general. Like, but please take what resonates and leave anything that doesn't. So yeah, it's like, sorry, it's still playing that song. It's like you're getting dragged into this, perhaps. You're getting dragged into the drama, or you're really trying to support this person as they go through this. Some other songs that were coming through, so I'm just going to get those out of the way. In These Arms by Bon Jovi keeps on coming through. I'm just going to put that up there. I'm going to come back to that one. I'm going to bob that up there for a second. The song that played for your reading, when I was setting up the cards, I asked Spotify for a song for you, and I got I Believe in You by Kylie Minogue. And again, I feel like this is you saying it to somebody else, or it could be that somebody else is saying this to you. It's like, I know you're going through something, I know you can do this, I know it's scary, but I believe in you, I've got faith in you, you're doing the right thing. It's this kind of energy. And she says, nothing in my world will ever be the same. Now, what's really interesting, I could go and find the cards, because again, Cappy had this kind of, this world energy. They had 2 cards with this world on. If I can just find them. Was it, it could have been Sagittarius. I don't know, the energies kind of blend into each other sometimes. Trust me not to be able to find the cards when I'm looking for them. Like this, like cards like this, they had 2 cards that had this kind of like biome energy, this kind of world energy, and it's like all of a sudden it's gone into this tailspin energy. It's like, it just feels like a huge change. It feels like there's sudden movement, sudden speed, like the action happens very suddenly. It's stressful. Now, you do have this 10 of fire, so it's almost like somebody throwing the paper up in the air, ripping up the contract. It's like, I am done with this. Like, it's like straw that broke the camel's back. No longer dealing with something anymore, dropping those burdens, letting go of any baggage from the past. I feel like somebody has been doing some work where, because this platinum card talks about secrets revealed, or memories coming back up to the surface from the past. It's like, somebody's been doing some shadow work, or some inner child work, where they've been writing things out and burning them. I feel like that's what's being displayed by that card there, because it's literally like burning contracts, burning letters. It's like literally like, you know, when you have a breakup and you burn the photos from the past, you know, or you burn the love letters. It's like, I have to be completely done with this. I'm wiping the slate clean. Now, I'm not recommending anyone does that. You need to trust yourself on that one. I kind of think memories of the past are what made a person who they are today. So even though sometimes memories are painful, I think there's value to that. This wiping the slate clean energy, it can be very healthy when you need to start something new. If something is really, really keeping you chained to the past, but it has to be what's right for you. So you judge that, you know, by yourself. It could be that somebody's walking out of a job, walking out of a contract, walking out of a business partnership, walking out of a marriage, letting the house go. You know, I don't care about the house anymore. You keep the house. I'm out. I feel like you're getting information about this. You're receiving news about this with the messenger of air, or you're communicating this to someone else. It is a card about taking fast action, quite swift action. Again, it's kind of like drawing a line under this, cutting the cord, what's done is done. So there is something very dramatic happening. Now, there's this hangman energy. Again, I get, this is your card. The hangman is an Aquarian card. Again, I've got this feeling of you kind of getting caught up in something. You can see that kind of thread around his toe there. So it's like you've almost been caught up with this drama. You're being kind of like dragged along for the ride almost, but you are able to have a different perspective on it. I feel like you have, or you're being encouraged to have a higher perspective on the drama, on the chaos with this Five of Air card. Now, the Five of Air card is a card about, it can be inner conflict, it can be differences of opinion, it's a card about harsh words, it can be verbal fighting, verbal disagreements. But you can see she's kind of above the drama here. She's taking a higher perspective, and there's all these doves of peace. Now, the doves of peace are particularly symbolic. I'm seeing this person as almost like a messenger of peace. Now, it could be a literal person, it could be you, it could be a guardian angel who's acting as a kind of advocate or a peacemaker in a situation because they have a higher perspective. But you can see down here, this dove continues with this card. So there is peace, and you literally have here this card here, gorilla, peace, with this world again. So there's something about like somebody's world is changing, and you're gaining a higher perspective, or being encouraged to have a higher perspective in order to be the peacemaker, in order to kind of like heal others. I actually got with this world energy, and this card in particular, I got peace on earth and mercy mild. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to our newborn king. Now, again, don't worry if you have a different religious belief system. I believe that's like a Christian song. I used to sing it in school, I think. It's funny because I don't know what the line is, peace on earth and mercy mild, but I hear it as God and cinders reconciled, and I'm like, oh, that's nice. I'm gonna be reconciled with God. But yeah, I don't know what they actually say, but I hear it as God and cinders reconciled. Hark the herald angels sing. So peace on earth, it could be something to do with healing the earth. Obviously there's a lot of ecological stuff going on at the moment, and some conflict around the world. So there could be something where you're being this kind of peacemaker energy, because you are Aquarius. You tend to be a very analytical energy. Now, it's not to say that you're cold. Sometimes people find Aquarian energy very aloof, because you're so analytical, you tend to be quite above emotions. Now, others of you, again, depending on your placements in your chart, some of you feel very, very deeply about things, but you're very good at having that higher perspective of mentally looking at the way you feel and saying, well, why do I feel like this? Is it my emotions? Is it the emotions of somebody else? Is it because I'm experiencing something, or is it because I'm being empathetic to my friends? How are these emotions impacting me? What do I need to do about this? So there's this kind of intelligence that comes in when you feel emotions. You're very good at understanding why you're feeling it, and also communicating to other people, which means that you probably have quite healthy emotions. You can have very healthy emotions, you can have very deep emotions, and still come off as almost out of your emotions, which is, I think, why Aquarians can come across as being a little bit aloof sometimes. And it's not to say that you're cold at all. You know, you're not Queen of Swords in this way. You kind of put up those boundaries and go full Ice Queen. That's not Aquarian energy. Aquarian energy is I'm above this. This is, you know, this conflict, this drama is base, and I have this higher awareness. Now, you have observer here. Now, if you look on this card here with the platinum, it's almost as though the chakras are lit up, which actually, if you look at the colors of your reading, are very, very beautiful. You've kind of got all the colors in here. I'm really drawn to these kind of purpley blues, these gorgeous blues here, kind of these greens and yellows. So I'm going to come back to that in a second, but I feel like some of you do meditate, you do yoga, you do try and gain a higher awareness through whatever means that you want to do. Some of you may be in therapy or be some kind of therapist to other people. Again, just with this kind of thing about writing down and burning things, you know, it can be like writing a letter to your inner child, writing a letter to past you. You know, if you ever experience something where perhaps in childhood, perhaps something that was very emotional in your life, something that was very turbulent. Perhaps you changed school or changed house as a child. It was particularly destabilizing for you, and you've got unresolved feelings and emotions around that. It's like you sit down, you get a piece of paper, you say, hi Aquarius of the past, everything's going to be okay. I know you're going through something right now, and I know it feels like your world is ending. I know it scares you, but trust me, I'm you from the future, and you're going to be just fine. You're going to, you know, all this good stuff's going to happen to you. So that may be very cathartic for you, very therapeutic for you to do that, and then you can burn it and release it and let that go. You know, don't have to do that. Again, I'm not a therapist, I'm not trained in that, so I'm just a tarot card reader. I'm just about ideas. If you want to take any of these ideas and run with it, and, you know, maybe speak to your therapist and see if that would be a good thing to do, absolutely do that. But do use your own intuition and your own knowledge of your own situation. I think that's really, really important. Yeah, but some of you with this yoga, this chakra work, I feel like some of you are slipping into the role of the observer. Now, the role of the observer is almost seeing your situation from that higher perspective, from almost like, instead of like when you're in a situation and when something's happening to you, you're able to almost take a step out of yourself or a step above the situation and see it kind of from a bird's eye view, where it's like, it's just an elevated way of experiencing what's happening to you. So I feel like some of you are doing that, really, really healthy. If you are looking into exploring that idea or that kind of work more, I do, again, not affiliated, but I watch some videos called Yoga with Adrienne on YouTube. Yoga with Adrienne, she's amazing. She's not she's very, very grounded and down to earth and funny, and she makes these kind of more spiritual practices very accessible through her yoga videos. So definitely recommend her if that's something you're interested in exploring more. And again, you can see here as well, this person's meditating. They've got all the chakras lit up, so it does say get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitive, connect with nature. So if you are experiencing some kind of big upheaval, some big change, perhaps it's something going on in your workplace, your co-workers are worried, could be something with your family, with your children, with your friends. There's this big change. You feel like energetically you're getting caught up with the drama. I do think you're able to have this, to step into the role of the observer and have this higher perspective and be kind of like the calm in the eye of the storm, you know, for other people, because you do have this encouragement card. And the healer, encouragement, observer. So I do feel like this is your energy playing a supportive role for others, and it can be sharing your own experiences, especially if you're really, really good at cognitively working through your feelings and emotions. That's sharing that with other people is going to help them to mimic that and to learn to do that for themselves. So it could be something there for you. You've got the peacock here in the center of the reading, which is a key position for the reading. So there is something going on with your prosperity. I feel like it could be that prosperity is coming to you. Perhaps some of you are doing training and learning how to be some kind of counselor or therapist, and it's going to be very profitable for you. Abundance is coming your way. Again, it could be something about work. There's a change. It's going to be very prosperous for you, but perhaps other people are being a little bit competitive or opinionated about it. Do stay grounded. You literally have here these two cards. Just to kind of explain my process as well, I've got 8 decks that I've shuffled, the cards that fell out, I've put them together and shuffled them, and this is how they've come out. So we're kind of reading in this direction. These are your most important cards, and it's very interesting how they've come out together. So as I say, you've got get grounded here, literally next to gravity, groundedness. Get grounded. So it could be things like spending time in nature, doing some gardening, taking your shoes off and feeling the earth between your toes, maybe the sand if you're near a beach. You know, getting, if you're in a city and you don't have a garden, or you're not able to go to a nice park, perhaps just buy some houseplants or some flowers and get them in your space. I feel like nature is going to be really, really helpful for you right now. But do if you're not familiar with the chakras, do maybe quickly Google all the different chakras. See if there's any that you feel like are a little bit blocked right now, and look at how to work on that, because there's a lot going on. I feel like the start of your reading with these blues, you're kind of dealing with kind of throat chakra at the moment. So I think, again, there's a lot of talking, there's a lot of communication, there's a lot of thinking happening at the start of your reading. And then I think you move into a more action-based role, where kind of the lower chakras, which are to do with confidence and basic needs, jumps in, you know, survival instinct, and also kind of the crown chakra and the kind of purples up here as well. So you really have got all the chakras lit up. I wouldn't be surprised if you were going through some kind of ascension process or spiritual awakening, which can feel, I know that when I had mine, it just felt like, it really did feel like everything changed overnight. It really did feel like nothing was ever going to be the same. What does this mean for me? It was turbulent, because you don't know what's happening to you. So something like that for somebody there. Yeah, stay grounded, get grounded, stay grounded and practical and part of the 3D. Try not to get too much in your own head about this, because I think that's not going to be too helpful for you. You have to find that healthy balance. You've also got solidity here in inner core. Again, I feel like you need to find the peace within yourself. Again, with the chakras lit up, this kind of meditation, it's like you need to find that inner peace, that inner tranquility. You need to be able to like yourself as a person, and it's like when you're like this, when you're like in this Buddhist kind of Zen energy, you could stand in the middle of that storm and be completely at peace. You could stand in the middle of you know, the Show-Me riots, you know, like when like Black Friday and things like that, when people like have the riot and they go into the shop and they're like pulling things off each other. It's like you could stand there in the middle of that, breathing and being like an island of peace in in choppy waters. So you could be this, not for yourself and for other people, because it sets a really good like role for others. Again, here you've got Hierophant, the healer, and then this moon energy. So with these two cards, I really do, it does feel like spiritual healing. The Hierophant does talk about spirituality, church and things like this. It really does feel like spiritual healing. And perhaps you're going to somebody who's like a spiritual healer who can help you. Perhaps you're looking into how to, you know, things like meditation. Perhaps you're going to be a yoga instructor. I don't know, but it does have that kind of feel to it. Again, with the colour green here, this is heart chakra. So it comes from the heart. It's something that you really do believe in. And again, I feel like with that song, I Believe in You, it's like you're encouraging others. You're saying, I believe in you, you can do this. And it comes from the heart and it's real. And that's why, Aquarius, you're so good at it. Well, that's why this can bring you prosperity, because people sense that. They know that it's coming from that heart. You definitely have some kind of... before I move on to that, there's something going on for marriage or a proposal for somebody, especially because the Hierophant is with leap. The leap is a leap of faith, leaping into the unknown, taking a risk, taking a gamble. I've been seeing the Wheel of Fortune a little bit over the past day or so. So again, it feels like it's a very zeroed in message for a specific person, but In These Arms by Bon Jovi has been coming through for a couple of weeks, and he says, on my knees for you. So I feel like somebody could be getting down on one knee. And One and Only by Chesney Hawes, which just seemed really random, but it got to the line, best man. He says at one point, best man. And I was like, it sounds like somebody's planning a wedding. Will you be my best man? So somebody could be coming to you saying, will you be my best man, Aquarius? Will you be my maid of honor? Will you support me while I take this leap of faith? So there could be something there for you. It could be a side message. It could be the same person. I don't know. But I like that. I'm a soppy romantic. So, and it's like you're saying, you can do this. I believe in you. You've got this. So I like that. That's a side message there for somebody, but it feels really good. Oh, back over here, sorry. Tailspin, taking me down with you. Again, this kind of caught up energy came through. Because it does feel like somebody's doing a big leap of faith here. It feels like they're being really impulsive. I think you're supporting them, but it feels like a risk. So just, again, could be connected, could be a different message for somebody else, but there's something there. With this leap of faith, you go first, the universe will catch you. It's like you're literally, because foxes and giraffes mean Aquarian energy for me quite often. I connect certain animals with certain signs. Doesn't have to be, but it's funny that these two cards should come out together and they both mean Aquarius for me. So I feel, again, you're encouraging someone, you're watching someone do something, you're watching somebody take a leap of faith literally into the unknown, because you've got the moon card here and moon energy here. And you can see on this leap of faith card, the moon is here on this person's head. Somebody doesn't know. It could be like you're going to propose, you don't know what the person's going to say. It's completely unknown. It's a complete gamble. And I do feel, again, you're watching this, you're watching the moon. So definitely something to do with, there is something that's unknown, there is something that's confusing, there is something that feels like a big secret. You could be keeping a secret for somebody else, you know, if you know, you could be in on this whole thing, but I don't know. It feels like, again, over here you've got this King of Earth. It doesn't feel like your energy. It feels like somebody you're connecting with. Now, I don't know, again, I said it could be a Cappy that you're connecting with, and this tends to be Taurus energy, but you've got King of Earth, love, and Page of Air. Now, the love card, it is the Lover's card. It is the choice card. I think you're watching somebody choose to love, and again, the King of Earth, I would connect with this, get grounded in this energy. So it could be that you're observing somebody going for something because they're in love, right? Or it could be that you are, because you've got ask for help here as well. You could be asking for help from somebody who is very grounded and stable. So do take that as it resonates, but I feel like that's part of what's happening here. It's like the universe will catch you. So there is this gamble, but it's like the universe is here. There is a big spiritual, especially with the Hierophant and these kind of angelic presence, as you look here again with this angel energy. Could be that you're asking ancestors who have passed on for help, your spirit guides for help, God for help, whatever you feel is a supportive energy for you in terms of things that are beyond the veil. It could be literally you're asking somebody around you who could be like a boss, a father, a husband for help. There is love there. Yeah, peace, encouragement. It feels really, really good, but there is this kind of unknown. I'm getting something now that I Believe in You song with Kylie. It felt like it was coming up for me quite a lot when I originally started to do readings, and I feel like it could be that somebody was going to take a leap of faith. It's like they were having that run up, right? It's like they were on the runway ready to take off. And then something happened. It could have been COVID, because it was around that time, I think, where this person had to really pull back. It's like they had to put on the brakes. They didn't take the leap of faith. They stopped at the last hurdle, kind of thing. So I feel like I've got kind of like full circle, a run up, and failure to launch. I feel like somebody went for something and then like didn't do it. And I feel like they're going to have a second attempt at doing this thing. So that could be for somebody. This particular Hierophant here gives me Magician energy. So I can bring it a little bit closer. It's almost similar to the Magician card, because it's like they've got all the tools at the disposal. Again, these two rings here. So I do feel like there is an element of co-creating with spirit. The spirit's got your back. Somebody who can manifest through their spirituality. So take that if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. Now, what's interesting to note is that the moon card, both of the moon cards actually came out when I first shuffled in the reverse. So I feel like somebody is taking a leap in faith into the unknown. Or something is becoming clear to somebody, because you've got the Hangman here, which is this new perspective, and the moon card in the reverse both times. So it's like somebody's coming out of some sort of illusion, someone's gaining some kind of perspective on something, something's becoming clear that wasn't clear before. So that's a thing to be aware of. Ask for help. Angels are celestial beings who protect everyone, and the fairies say now is the time for you to ask for angelic assistance. So you know, it could be that somebody's taking a prayer before they have a leap of faith. Your reading ends with this fierceness Wolverine card. Now, it does say that it does talk about healthy fierceness. You know, finding that oomph, finding that confidence, finding that strength to face something, to do something. It feels like somebody needs this fired up energy in order to take off when they take this run up. So that could be something for somebody again, but it does talk about healthy fierceness, like fierceness in the right moment. So yeah, that's that. In the underline, you've got also transformation, something transforming, which we know because there's change here. It feels like it's connected to that. You also have protection, call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval. That feels like it's connected to this energy. You know, this again, it can also talk about if you're particularly empathic and you're picking up energy of other people, you really need to make sure that you've got strong boundaries so that you have that quiet time, you know, so that you can shut the door on the world and have, you know, even if it's like an hour just to go and have a hot bath, or you know, an hour before bed where you turn your phone off and wind down before you go to sleep. You need to make sure that you your energy, you protect your energy at certain times, and you have those moments where you're completely alone, just so you can really get in touch with what is your emotions and what you're picking up on from other people. Building blocks, again, it came out at the end of Cappy's reading, so again I feel like there's something there where it's almost like, again, this feeling of like everything falling apart, but then you can take the pieces and rebuild. So it does feel like it's actually positive. It's just when you're in the storm, it feels it's difficult when you're in it, when you're in a difficult situation, when there's a change happening, when everything feels like it's out of your control, and it's big and it's scary. But then when the dust settles, you can rebuild, and you can actually rebuild stronger. A brilliant example is, I live in Manchester in the UK, and excuse me, siren, would you not? A long time ago, there was actually a explosion in the city centre, and you can Google that, and it caused a lot of structural damage to the buildings. But if you look now, the town centre the city centre has been rebuilt, and it's actually more it's nicer than it was before. So it's almost like when the destruction happens, it's an opportunity to rebuild, to reinvest, to look at what can be preserved and what needs to be changed. So it's just progress, right? It's just progress, and sometimes progress is scary, especially if it comes in with something that is quite shocking and unexpected. So I don't want to say too much about that. You can go away and Google it. It's a whole thing, but I'm just trying to look for the silver linings, which again, Libra is our thing at the moment. There's something else about the numbers. You've got 39 and 39 next to each other. 3 and 9 is a 12. So 12, 12, you could be seeing 12, 12 a lot on the clock. You know, you're trying to get to sleep. You look at the clock, it's 12, 12. You've also got 9, 9 here. 5 and 4 is 9. 1 and 8 is 9. So this would break down to a 3. And 3s again are about your community, people around you, asking for help, getting support. I think I may more or less leave it there. So if you are just coming in and you think you've got what you needed from that reading, I am going to pull an advice card. Maybe this is your advice card. Rabbit Spirit, now is a lucky time. Towards the end of the reading, so you can skip ahead if you're short on time. If you want to stick around a little bit longer and go a little bit deeper, I'm going to read from some of the books. So Platinum, again, this kind of secret energy, secrets. I am the keeper of secrets. This incredible being is the guardian of the Atlantean temples. He connects to Saint Germain and is the historian and record keeper of all events during the Atlantean era. He can take you to and bestow upon you the magic encompassed in that time. His message: I am the keeper of secrets, which are as old as the universe itself. I am here to impart this ancient knowledge to you, for yourself and others. The wisdom has been hidden for eons and forgotten by many. Now is the time for these memories to resurface and for you to acquire ancient knowledge. Like many things, these secrets have been hidden in plain view. All you need to do is ask to be reconnected to them. During meditation, Platinum will show you what to learn and recall, bringing you into full alignment with new chakra energy and to guide you through the chakra colour system. So do go and have even if it's just a quick 5-minute Google of the chakras and the chakra colour system, and just kind of maybe try and incorporate that. So if you've got to communicate something, maybe wear blue, which I believe is the throat chakra. If you're doing something that's very heartfelt, maybe wear green that day, get a plant next to you. It may just help you. It's worth a 5-minute Google, right? He will make you aware of healing potential and connect with your abilities deeply, enabling you to clear the lower vibrations from your physical and spiritual bodies, paving the way for you to become a truly awesome spiritual warrior. Not a warrior. I don't know what a warrior is. The healer then. You may love your work, but it does not define you. You also need time to be you. So again, it's next to prosperity here, which does talk about work, finances. This gentle yet powerful dragon is the true guardian of all healers on earth. He connects particularly with those who work energetically. He reminds us that although we may walk our talk, we may also need to heed our own advice. We are not a bottomless pit of energy, and we do need to take a time out now and again. His message: I am the guardian of the healers. You are capable of great things on earth as a healer and as a light for others to follow. I've been getting this for you a lot, Aquarius. But to do this, you must burn brightly and throw light into the shadows of your world. Again, moon energy, right? You give a great deal to others, but you must also make time for yourself. You need to rest and recharge. Your energy tank requires refilling lest you become depleted. Literally, that's what happened to me after doing that other reading. It was just like, whoomp. I was sat there going, I've got all these emotions and they're not my emotions. I'm feeling certain things and they don't make sense. That they're not my feelings. I do get this from time to time, sometimes quite dramatically, which I'm not going to go into now. But yeah, you do need to make sure you cleanse your aura and things like this, especially if you're particularly empathic. Maybe if you've got strong water in your chart, you may particularly find that. Take time to meditate, rejuvenate, to relax, and above all, to laugh. You may love your work, but it does not define you. You also need time to be you, a wife, a husband, a mother, a father, a daughter, a son, a sister, brother, or any other role you fulfill. He reminds us not to take ourselves or our life too seriously. If we do, we risk forgetting that we are just one tiny cog in the great wheel of life. They just drawing me to this is the goddess Lakshmi. So perhaps if you are from a culture where that's relevant, that could be a god that could help you particularly well at this time. Okay. What else? Get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. You are being called to get grounded to ensure that your luminous field is clear and your inner well is full. If you're not grounded, it's all too easy to get swept up in other people's energy and mistake it for your own. Your boundaries will become blurred as you are absorbing the energies around you and struggling to define what is their stuff and what is yours. If you've pulled this card, you are very likely an empath or a highly sensitive person and need time alone to fill up your well, balance your energy and get grounded. Very similar message, right, from different decks. And if you think about it, each of these decks, these 8 decks that I've pulled from, are like 78 to 44 cards each. So if you times that, that is a lot of cards that it could have picked from. And you're literally getting cards about groundedness next to each other from different decks, cards about meditating from different decks. So there is a strong message coming through there. There are 2 types of people: those who draw their energy from others and those who draw their energy from within. And again, remember that you've got this peace within. Reflect on which one you are and carve out time each day to ensure your well-being is replenished. Being sensitive is a superpower, but like all powers, it needs to be nurtured in order to be fulfilled. It's easy to get swept up, right? What did I say? In the high frequency energies that are swirling around the planet. The quickest and most effective way of clearing all this from your field is to ground yourself by connecting with Mother Earth. There are many ways to get grounded. One of the most powerful ones is to practice earthing by connecting to Mother Nature. Again, you can go and Google earthing. It may be very helpful for you. Spend time in nature, put your hands on a tree. Your palms are an extension of your heart chakra, or walk barefoot on the earth. So literally, it's the same advice that I was giving you. Again, yoga with Adrian, you can Google any yoga workout on YouTube, or meditation workout. There's lots of meditation apps that you can use right now, whatever works for you, right? But I find her really helpful, and she definitely has things about chakra work and getting grounded. You can just Google it. It's you know, if it's something you think would be helpful for you. If not, leave it. It's just a tarot reading. It might not be your reading today. You don't have to do anything that it says in this reading, but do explore your options, right? And work out what's good for you and what's not good for you. Leap, you go first, the universe will catch you. Life bends for the courageous. That's one of my favourite quotes, and that's something I've been working on a lot over the past few years. Fortune favours the bold. Fortune and love favour the bold or the brave. Life bends for the courageous. The universe wants to support you, but you need to take the leap, to throw yourself up into the air. Perhaps you know what you're being called to leap towards or away from, but are scared to make the move. Or maybe you're waiting for a big fat sign or instruction manual or permission to do so first. If this is you, then the card is your sign and permission slip to take a deep breath and leap into the unknown. Again, the moon energy represents the unknown. It is scary to let go of all that we know in hope of something new. And it's normal to feel anxious at the thought of letting go of what we know for sure. But this is the unavoidable process of rising. And right now, this is how you are being called to live. Nature is constantly showing us how to live with courage. Again, it might not be you, it might be somebody around you. You may be watching someone take a leap of faith. So again, you know your situation best. Fall comes every year and encourages trees to loosen their grip, to allow what once was so full of life to fall away leaf by leaf. For a moment it feels like nothing will grow again. The branches are left bare without the comfort of what once was, but in the morning of spring, new shoots begin to appear and something new is born that was even more glorious than before. You go first, take a good run up and leap. So I think I'll go to this moon energy card next. Surrender to the natural ebb and flow of life. If you're feeling confused, which definitely could be symbolised by this moon energy, this fairy comes to calm emotions and reassure you that peace of mind is possible. We're all affected by the moon, whether we realise it or not. Perhaps you feel especially tuned into the moon cycle right now. The fairy of moonlight often appears when we have too many thoughts or are feeling confused. This can be shown by the Five of Air card. You can call on this fairy to take away any concerns or to inspire you to come up with solutions to the challenges you're facing. Excuse me. Working in harmony with the moon can enhance any efforts you're making to manifest something in your life. The new moon phase is the perfect time to plant the seed of a wish you may have. As the moon grows, waxing through its phases, so too will your wish. The moon's waning phases are best for releasing anything that no longer serves your highest good, such as unpleasant thoughts, health issues, or people who aren't right for you. Now I'm going to go to this Ask for Help card, which again, it may be somebody asking you for help, or you're asking somebody or your spirit guides for help. A lot of stuff about white feathers and peace and doves. So if you're seeing white feathers, it could be a sign. If you're seeing white birds, doves, white wings, all of those things could be signs for you at the moment. So pay attention to what you're thinking or feeling, or what is that trying to tell you? Bless you. I sneezed all over his hands and then looked at his hands. Ew. Angels are celestial beings who protect everyone, and the fairies say now is the time for you to ask for angelic assistance. There are times in our lives where we need celestial assistance, and this time may be now. Angels are omnipresent, non-denominational beings who can be called upon for help by anyone at any time for any kind of assistance, from clearing congested traffic to fast healing after a medical procedure. You've got that twice now, so somebody could have undergone a medical procedure. Perhaps you're very independent and feel like you can sort out everything and anything on your own without help. Fairies too are generally self-sufficient creatures and can usually deal with any challenges that might arise, but on occasion even the fairies need a little divine intervention and may ask for an angelic helping hand. It makes perfect sense. If humans can call on the angels, why wouldn't the fairies ask for magical intervention too? The card may be telling you that an angelic boost would be beneficial for you or somebody you know at this time. So it says call on a personal guardian angel to help you through any tricky experience that you may be facing. Okay. I want to read Observer and Encouragement, and then we'll pull you an advice card. So Observer. Again, this tricky little fox does symbolise Aquarian energy. When you're being a bit shifty, when you're being a bit too clever, that fox energy does come out for you. Perspective, objectivity, neutral observation from a distance. Most people see the world through a personal lens. They closely identify with their feelings and experiences so much that they come to believe that these are their only reality. There are times when you need distance in order to gain perspective and understand your circumstances from a more neutral vantage point. Now is one of those times in your life. This is a perfect moment for you to begin to do some exploring. Instead of only considering yourself, consider what you need to understand about the conditions, people, culture, and environment you're engaged with now. You'll be so happy you did. Illumination is the miracle you seek and will indeed find. Now, if there's a specific relationship that you're dealing with at the moment, it says, sometimes you just can't see the forest for the trees in your way. Feelings can get all jumbled up, and you often hear one thing when a person says another. It can be like an echo of an unresolved past experience dubbed over your conversation. Again, we're going back to this past experience thing that we had over here. Take time out before you react. It's likely the other person has no idea how his or her words have affected you. Take a few steps back and lend understanding to the situation. Have faith in your connection and trust that you can come together. Take to the higher ground now and cultivate curiosity about what you observe in yourself, in others, and in the landscape. You will find things much improved sooner than you know. If it is about work for you, especially with this prosperity here with the peacock, it says it is an advantageous time for you to get some distance from what you're doing and see your work and your projects from a different perspective. The trick is to connect to the essence of your goals and aspirations while letting the form and timing be dictated by spirit. You may be too personally attached to an outcome and unable to see the miracle because it's not turning out exactly as you planned. Trust spirit. The perfect vision of your abundance is right in front of you. Remain neutral and curious and watch the miracles unfold. Sorry, they're giving me an example. So sometimes, say you work at a job where there are multiple projects coming up where you can get involved in different things at different times. There could be something that you think you really, really want to do. You feel like it's right for you. You go for it and you don't get on that project. And then you're really disappointed because you're like, I really want to do that thing. But, you know, everybody can't all be on the same project. So you know, there's a limit to how many people can be involved. The way they're showing it me is that there's something that you don't get, but then something better comes along. And you're like, thank goodness I didn't do that, because then I would have been busy with that and I wouldn't have been able to put myself forward for this thing. So it's almost like if you don't get something, it's because the universe is saving you for something better. It's like, that's not right for you, so we're going to not let you get that thing because like we see further ahead than you and we know that that thing's going to be better for you. So try not to get too disappointed if something like that happens. Right, encouragement is the last card that I'm going to read. I'm so tired. And why did I choose to do this? I don't know. I've only got Pisces left after you, and I may have to redo Cappy's reading because it was a dramatic one, but oh my goodness, I'm going to pull like one card next week and that's it. She says that, but will she? Will I have like an 18 deck arrangement going on? Okay, encouragement. Again, I do see giraffes as your energy. So you are receiving a nudge in the right direction. This card tells you that you're being gently encouraged to step into your blah, blah, blah. Step into your power, into the dream of your life. New things are out there to be explored, and the nurturing power of the universe is giving you a nudge in the right direction. You will get the help you need. Again, literally says you will get the help you need. It's next to ask for help. If you need to ask for help, ask for help. Again, I keep saying this to Cappy. You will get the help you need and won't be alone in your quest. Every step you take right now is supported by the wisdom of the universe. You are on the right path. Keep going. So maybe you need a little bit of this Wolverine energy in your life, right? You need to kind of like get into that kind of like warrior mode a little bit. Again, you've got this card here in your underlying with peace. It does talk about a story where the gorilla has a show of strength. His authority is challenged, so he picks up a huge boulder and gently puts it back down and walks away. So he doesn't have to fight, but you can show your strength in ways that are more neutral and more firm without getting engaged in the drama. So there's a message there for somebody. You know, there's different ways of showing your fierceness, and sometimes your fierceness is by standing your ground. So I feel like that could be for somebody. Okay. Best advice you have, please. Best advice you have. Everything's flying everywhere. Squirrel Spirit. Oh my God. Your song, right? Remember your song that randomized for you? I Believe in You by Kylie Minogue. Believe in yourself, Aquarius. Believe in yourself. Get that inner strength, and you know, that's the strongest thing you need. Peacock Spirit. No way. Peacock. Let It Shine. So funny. Hawk Spirit, let Spirit be your guide. Right, the universe is pulling you somewhere. It feels like you're kind of like trying to, like they're showing me like nails being dragged through the ground. It's like you don't want to go, but the universe is making you go. But it's going to be good for you, right? Trust. Be playful. Yeah, you had that over here somewhere. Be playful. You know, don't get too stuck in your own head. Go with the flow and have fun with it. You know, have that glass half full, silver lining mentality where it's like, you can laugh and joke about things, even when they're scary, even when there's bad things happening, even when there's turmoil and drama. You can have that lightness of spirit, and it does come from within, and it does come from being grounded and learning about meditation and things like that. So, Aquarius, I hope that reading was helpful to you. Do check out that description box down below, because there may be extra songs for you there. If any come through as I'm uploading the reading, I'll bob those down there below as well. Leave me a like, share with your friends and all that business. And if you've got any friends who are absolutely having a breakdown right now, you are such a guardian light for people, and you can give such good advice. But remember to keep your boundaries high. Remember to say, I am absolutely, you know, it could be like you've got a friend and they call you at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and then it's like that affects your energy the next day. You can say to them, I am 100% here for you. I will listen to you, you know, and I've got your back. However, do not ring me between the hours of 11 and 6 a.m. You know, 11 p.m. and 6 a.m. is my time. I am going to turn my phone off because I really need a good night's sleep. Don't panic if you can't get a hold of me. I'll call you back the next day. Send me a message. I'll call you back the next day as soon as I get up. So you can set those firm boundaries while still being supportive and still being there for people. I hope that's helpful. Do take care, and I will see you again soon, Aquarius. You are awesome. Bye-bye. Hello, so thank you for watching my reading. I'd love it if you hit like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave me a comment if anything particularly resonated, share with friends, or really helps out the channel. Stealth watchers are also very welcome here. If you're interested in any of the decks I used in today's reading, you can see all the box art here below. So the Good Tarot by Colette Baron Reid, the Enchanted Map Oracle cards, again by Colette Baron Reid. I've got Karen Kay's Oracle of the Fairies, Rebecca Campbell's Work Your Light Oracle cards, the Divine Animals Oracle and the Elemental Oracle by Stacey DeMarco, Wisdom of the Oracle, again by Colette Baron Reid, Dragon's Path by Caroline Mitchell, and again Colette Baron Reid bringing it in with the 4th deck, and it's the Spirit Animal Oracle cards. So I buy all my decks from Amazon because it's easy and it's just like set up ready to go. So you can find them all there, and I'm sure they're available from other retailers as well. Not sponsored, not an ad, I just know sometimes people are curious about the decks I'm using. So do take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.